Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Like that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental, how clean is a whistle. Attention's a trap that can lead you astray. Sneering this shit through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track, we the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Hey, peace. I am Universe Badger, one of your hosts, and a life coach, integrative holistic health practitioner, herbalist, and a bunch of other things I don't want to say. It's really long. But nonetheless, we're here tonight on the People's Podcast. Joining us, Jody Odom Jr.
Where are you going? Hey, homie money. Where are you?
Oh, yeah, shush. For a conversation we're calling A Borrowed Smile. We see people laughing, smiling, working, creating, and showing up every day. And sometimes we assume that means everything is okay. Yet a smile doesn't always tell the whole story. Tonight we're talking about what can exist behind laughter, what people carry quietly, and why it matters that we learn to listen beyond what we can see. Jody, thank you for joining and sharing the space with the Twisted team.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Yes. Golden Eagle, can you read the deeper meaning?
Yeah, definitely. A smile can be genuine and still exist alongside pain. Sometimes people learn how to keep showing up while carrying things nobody around them knows about. Tonight isn't about assuming what someone is going through based on what we see. It's about understanding that every person has a story behind the version of them we encounter on the surface. Let's have a good conversation.
Those that don't know need to know Jody Odom. Jody Odom, tell everybody a little bit about you.
Hola, people of the world. I'm a singer-songwriter located in Mansfield, Ohio. I've been I've been playing for most of my life since I was 10 years old. And now at my 30 plus, I started using my oh to rewind it back, I started in church, then it progressed to theater, then it progressed to writing music. So, but either way, music has always been a huge center of my life. So, through all different walks and phases of my life. So, um, yeah, I'm available if anybody wants to work. And think I'm saying too much, but either way.
No, not at all. And also, Jody, what kind of music do you do?
Yes. I do. I specialize right now in R&B, soul, pop, funk, around that lane.
Do you do any old school?
Most definitely, yes, I do. I'd say if you were to see me live, it'd be a feeling of a mixture between Stevie Wonder, MJ, Prince, Bruno, and I'd say I've been really digging Leon's sound as well because I feel like he's got a combination of all of those feelings. So I think everybody's actually a lot of artists I follow are in that field right now too. So
So, Jody, what does a borrowed smile mean to you?
good lord, a borrowed smile from my personal perspective, I'd say from personal experience, it's kind of cosplaying happiness sometimes a little bit. Um, so I feel like personally, at least in my experience, it would be yeah, like I said, just said sometimes cosplaying happiness or personal affirmation to, or sometimes it's a armor a little bit. Sometimes it's forgive me if you hear any notifications on here, but yeah, that's my feel when it comes to a borrowed smile. I know, but like I said, in my experience, I've used it as an armor
Okay.
for anyone who sees me. I'd say.
Golden Eagle,
Mm.
what's a borrowed smile to you?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought about this question for about 5 minutes before we started the show, because prior to the phrase didn't mean a whole lot to me, but I just took it as I mean, you gotta lend a smile for someone to borrow it, and sometimes that's all the person needs, and a smile or a small kind gesture can really can leave an impact on a person in a positive way. Sometimes that's all we need is to loan them a smile or let them borrow a smile, man. 'Cause sometimes they ain't got it in them.
Mhm.
Divine Creation, what's a borrowed smile mean to you? Divine Creation, peace, peace. No? Okay. Well, to me, a borrowed smile is just because we look like, and I'm going to say we, and I don't mean to say we because I can't speak on behalf of all. Because
Mhm.
somebody, I look like I'm strong, and because I may look like I got it figured out, or because I may look like I'm not pulling my hair up on my head, doesn't mean I am not. A
Mhm.
borrowed smile to me sometimes is, even if I don't have one, I want to give it to the next individual because I
Mhm.
know what it's like to not have it.
Mhm.
So a borrowed smile could be just a joke that you tell somebody to lighten their day, or just a compliment, or
Mm.
something that you can let somebody know that they are noticed.
Mm, yeah, most definitely. It can be, it can be both things. It could be a self thing, or it could be for the next person as well too, as you said. So yeah, I'd say for me, it took me it took me a while to really embrace that part because as a youngin, I would say it would be the teachers who would be telling me to smile because I struggled with depression quite a bit, if you can imagine, as an artist. Before I even knew what to call that or even identified as that. Um, because like I said, sometimes it's in the beginning it started for everybody else. Um, to wear a mask, which is why I used it as cosplaying happiness. And like as you said, I'm going to continue to brand this with this is my feeling and how because I won't speak for everybody, but yeah, for a while it just I tried to I thought it was a negative thing as something that you had to put on so that everyone doesn't see how how low you truly feel. But then as I grew up and my frontal lobe started to develop a little bit more, uh, I used it as gratitude. It came after experiencing so much and putting on for so many people, and just gaining a little bit perspective about all of how things could be for yourself. Um, Constantly taking a bigger look at the bigger picture, because I've always been so lost in the moment for a good while and thinking ahead at the same time. So when you're constantly thinking ahead like that, anxiety, I've also struggled with that as well too, if you can imagine. Um, but and for a while, I just really did have to borrow a smile for a minute because for a while I just wasn't happy with myself. Um, of course, I was a smile. Some people use their gift as a smile, not if we're talking like outside of even the literal sense, if we're talking a figurative sense, if we want to use a smile as like a mask, or a lot of us, put that on with whatever gifts we have, or anything. And for me, it was music. For me, it was theater, literally acting.
Mhm.
And ironically, on a crazy point, is theater was one of the first points in which I used to mask a smile because sure it was a gift, but it was also to my detriment as well, because I didn't see much in myself. So, but when the director yells 1, 2, 3 and scene, I get to be outside of myself for a good minute, like for a good half an hour, which is why I was so good at pretending to be somewhere else because I struggled with low self esteem for so long.
So
And
this
but yeah, what
so
were you about to say?
so this leads me into the next question. Why do you think people become good at hiding what they're going through?
Oh well, I know for men we don't like to look like we're whining. We don't want it, because how any emotion, at least young brothers and who have been in my shoes. Yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody. I would say for me, even though I had parents who embraced that sensitive side to me, I would still go in public around others and just keep about it and keep quiet about it, I would say. So, um, everybody chooses what they choose to be, what they want to be vulnerable with, I would say. Um, and like I said, for me, it was music, but it took a while for me to really show the world me and be comfortable with it. If I'd say, if I'm speaking for myself, of course. So yeah, just being afraid of being seen. Some people are comfortable in their funk because it's the only thing they know. I can speak from experience from that as well too. And it can take place in any type of household, honestly, because I had a very embracing family. It has nothing to do with how I was raised or anything, but I do know we all have come with our own demons that we have to deal with. And depression was one of mine as well too. And for a while, didn't want people seeing I didn't want people seeing that side with me, so I would just smile for the camera or with my gift and hide within theater. So in ways, it was a strength of mine, but at the same time, it was also a armor that I'm just in recent years learning from, or a mask, I would say. So I'm
So
grateful for growth.
yeah. So let me ask everyone else, divine creation, what does a borrowed smile mean to you?
What does a what mean to me?
A borrowed smile.
I don't know. It sounds not authentic, but um, I get the vibe of somebody feeding off of one's energy, not necessarily their own. They're acting like that person. Like whenever somebody's happy, like they're acting like them versus knowing what truly makes them happy.
Mm,
Okay.
most definitely. Yeah.
So why do you think people become good at hiding what they're going through, divine creation?
Because they feel like nobody care.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Golden Eagle, why do you think people become good at hiding what they're going through?
I mean, I think it's just one of those basic defense mechanisms that we learn in survival mode. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's yeah, trying to keep the wolves away.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is that I think it's because we're not accustomed to loving ourselves. This is me
Mm-hmm.
speaking for me. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what it was like to properly love myself. Doesn't mean I wasn't loved by people. It's just when you
Mm-hmm.
don't see yourself the same way others do, and you see your flaws and you see everything else that you're picking about yourself, you tend to forget that who you truly are outside of what you think you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a matter of whether you're gifted or anything, because Lord knows I'm not tooting my own horn at all. I'm just being upfront. I was born with plenty of gifts. I feel like most of us are anyway,
Yeah,
but it's so funny how everybody else can see it but us, in spite of how often we look in the mirror,
yeah,
So, but at the same time, a lot of us look in the mirror, but a lot of us don't really figuratively look in the mirror at the same time. Or we're not even we're looking too deep into the picture, and instead of stepping back, which is what you're supposed to do with artwork. You're supposed to look close and look back at the same time. Look close and look back at the same time. It's that balance of being present too, in which I wasn't. Like I said, I was hiding within fantasy, within fiction, and people would see that part that I was good at. I was good at writing stories. I was good at acting. I was good at getting lost within the music because guess what? I didn't have to be within myself to do that. I could, if I got lost in singing and everything, I would be outside of myself. And while that is me, there are other parts to us than what we create. There's so much more to us than that last dope song that I put out. There's so much more to me than that character that I was acting like. It was so funny when people would ask me who I am, and if I didn't mention those things, it would be hard to answer because I would have to borrow that smile or whatever qualities of whoever I was mocking or imitating. Um, so yeah, I relate in that sense. It's like I said, it's different for everybody, but since I'm on the show, this is what I'm speaking on at the moment.
yeah.
Um, and that's how I related. And like you said, it took a while for me to
Mhm.
actually love myself, and it took seeing a lot of celebrities and those who were in positions that I thought that I wanted fall. Um, their gifts were great, which is why they're up there. But if you don't do that internal check, next thing you know, I'm the next R. Kelly. Next thing you know, I'm the next, whoever has fallen because they haven't looked internally. I don't know his case. I'm not pretending like I got a cousin who was a friend of a janitor who worked for him or anything like that. Like I'm just that's just a very rough example, and of not doing that internal work and loving yourself. It took a while for me to recognize that was even the issue until
So,
seeing, yeah.
so what can a smile hide that we may never actually notice?
How how much we need to hang up the cape sometimes. How our backs might need a rest from that heavy ass cape we're wearing.
Mm,
Sometimes a little bit, because there's two separate sides to it. Like I said, smiling for others and smiling for yourself. Now, for those who have put on a smile for others, as in like trying to be everybody's hero and being their ray of sunshine, you know, the sun's one of the only things that burns forever, but we don't, as humans. So we need watered ourselves. So um yeah, you don't, sometimes you just don't know. It really does pay to have people around you to water you.
yeah,
um it really does. Everybody needs it. We just don't like needing people. That's what I say. That's what I usually say. I usually say that you know as much as we pretend or don't like needing people, we do need people. It's at the end of the day. Um, I've I've spoken with so many givers in my circle who are tired of being called strong now. Once upon a time, strength being called strong was such a compliment. Now everybody's like, I don't
yeah,
want it.
yeah,
I don't want it. I don't, because if it means not being checked on and being having the assumption of always being strong, go and kick rocks with it, please.
yeah,
Please, 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 please do, because that means that you're that means that I'm giving permission not to be checked up on. I'm giving permission to, I can, I need y'all to assume that I'll always be okay. That's not it.
So I'm
That's
gonna
not it.
ask everybody the same questions because I want everybody's opinion, because you never know who's gonna listen to this and it may change somebody. And somebody else's opinion may be what somebody else is actually feeling too. Not saying that what you're feeling doesn't hit somebody too. Golden Eagle, what can a smile hide that may never know that we may never notice?
Um, I mean, the smile can hide pretty much any negative emotion or negative vibe. Smile's just the mask. I mean, so
Right.
I mean, it can be an open and honest expression of joy too, obviously. But yeah,
Hmm.
a lot of times smiles are deceiving. They're usually a mask covering some kind of something. Whether it's anxiety or stress or grief or whatever, guilt. Uh, yeah, there's a list of emotions that a smile can hide.
Okay. How about you, Divine Creation? What can a smile hide that we may never notice?
Everything from pain to happiness.
Mm,
The pain is obvious, but the happiness, even I will minimize my smile so nobody won't dim how actually happy I am.
okay.
Because some people just don't like happiness or whatever. So if I show my how I truly feel, that'll bother them. So I just give my little casual, little "how you doing" type smile and keep it moving. So for me, everything from pain to happiness that a smile can hide.
Kevin Gates said one time, the same things that can make you smile can also make you cry. So, what can a smile hide that we may never know? Tired. when
mm,
someone's just tired. When I mean, look at Robin Williams. No one ever knew how depressed he
mm,
really was because
mm,
he was acting the whole time trying to make other people happy.
mm,
And I don't know. I heard not just to keep bringing up famous people, but what's his name? Who does the Ace Ventura? What was his name?
oh,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey said that he don't even know who he is because everything's an act, including being Jim Carrey.
I relate with that man um so much. Because it's like as you said, it's all an act. The more that I see from celebrities and those in that higher position, it makes me question if I really want it every day.
Yeah,
Cause it's anything that has to do with maintaining a status, it the older I get, the more it irks me, honestly. Because
yeah,
the thought of putting something on is what I had to do for so so long. Whether it was from dogma, religion, um, school, or any status that I've tried to maintain, I've pushed that off earlier with, like, I'd say my late 20s, and it took a while to really find me in the middle of all this, to the point to where I wouldn't have to be told, to the point to where, and while affirmation is great because sometimes you need it, uh, because as I said, we all need somebody to pull us off the ledge for sure. Hopefully, we can do this for anybody who's watching this feeling the same. Because I promise you, you're not alone in any of this.
not at all.
I've questioned myself more times than you can think. Um,
So, do you think laughter and pain can exist at the same time?
Absolutely, most definitely. Two things can definitely be true. I can probably put on the best performance of my life, and without y'all knowing that, I I've questioned taking myself for a good minute. I
Yeah,
don't know what words you can say on here, but
right.
it's
That's probably it right there.
y'all have no idea like how many performances I put on while having a breakdown, at least outside. And this isn't recent, but I remember it like it was yesterday. How I was so amazed on how quickly I feel God has been put upon me to switch my mood whenever I felt like I was breaking down. Honestly, um, it's
So, I want to turn that into a two-part question. Is that a gift or a curse?
again, two things can't be true because especially recently, I've come to realize I've heard this advice before, but I feel like it's truly hit me to where you can be sometimes success feels like failure, honestly. I've For the last 2 months, it felt like I've been losing at what I've been doing while winning at the same time.
Mm,
Winning doesn't always look like winning. Winning looks like breaking down. It looks like you're losing. It looks like you're dropping the ball, not knowing that it's just literally just a hard season. Um, that's at least what I've been going through recently. So the fact that they're both can be true at the same time, yes, I definitely do believe that it can be both a gift and a curse at the same time. Now, I feel to be on the other side of that, to where you're not always putting on a smile, is living a little more and understanding that it's okay to feel that way at the moment.
yeah.
Get those tears out whenever you need to, whenever they come. That way you can the earlier you get it out, the earlier you can get on the other side. Don't be scared to be vulnerable about it. Don't be scared to talk to someone and letting it out, or reaching out in general.
So I want to say real quick that I'm extremely proud of you for coming on and talking about this subject because a lot of people don't, and for I don't want to just put it out as a gender thing, but for men to be vulnerable to say that they're not okay sometimes is not easy for a lot of men to say. So I just want to give you your flowers on that part for willing to come on here and talk about it and letting people know that they're not alone because a lot of people think they're the only ones feeling that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like one of them said earlier, you know, sometimes it's sometimes it's not even that we don't want to acknowledge it. It's just the fact that we feel like nobody cares. So
Yeah,
what's the point? You know, because like I said, we don't. It's not that we don't need people. We just don't like needing people
right.
because you know people are just as you know they change as much as the seasons, and that's just a human thing. So what we need to do is just give each other tools for when that happens because we have no control over anybody's love for us or affirmations for us. And there's going to be days when nobody feels like even seeing through it or pulling you aside for it.
Yeah.
So if I could give anybody more tools on maintain yourself when nobody else is there, I would love to do that. This is your sign, most definitely, more than anything, because I've been through it. I've been through it, and I'm now finally getting on the other side of some of these things as well to myself. So yeah, just please talk to somebody.
So, Golden Eagle, can laughter and pain exist at the same time?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, I know I've seen a hard time or two, and I still managed to find humor at some point in time in the midst of it. You know, so I think yeah, you can uh you can experience mixed emotions. I guess is a good way to describe it. You know,
Hmm.
but yeah, you can definitely experience that.
Divine creation, laughter and pain exist at the same time.
And laughter and pain exist at the same time.
Yes.
Of course, I've laughed at something at a funeral because of a memory that I
Mm,
had of my cousin or whatever, crying, 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 and I think of something that me and him did that was funny, and I laughed in the middle of crying. You know, so it could definitely happen.
My opinion is yeah too, and they're sometimes they're both very scary because sometimes you can be so upset that you're laughing and that people won't realize the difference because you can't realize the difference because they're both the same to you.
mm,
I've laughed and cried, and because I didn't want to be upset, and I never showed no other emotion, and people didn't know I was hurting because I'm over here laughing.
mm,
But I rather somebody look at me and laugh with me than ask me if I'm okay.
mm, mm.
So
Wow.
I'm gonna ask, Jody, why do you assume someone is okay because they just look okay?
Some people are good actors.
Yeah,
So and some people are very good, and you know, it's people forget that to be good at something means that you've rehearsed that thing over and over and over. So it's just repetition and the comfort of it. So it's and this is where you need somebody. You need somebody. Sometimes you need somebody to point that out. Like, hey, do you okay? And then give them the permission to break down. Sometimes some of us actually
yeah.
need that permission to do that. That safe space. So if more safe spaces like this were created to do that, to expose it, you know, then yeah. But yeah, it's yeah. Some people are good actors. That's I was a good one for a good while until somebody who's been in a similar situation was able to catch it at a very small moment. It caught me by surprise, but you know, that works in mysterious ways. So, but yeah, no, that's just repetition, and if just now working on creating better habits for myself.
I've hit you up at random hours and random times, and because I was feeling you, and because I knew
Yeah,
what it looked like,
yeah,
and I could feel that I put that same face on before. So yeah, I get it.
I can only imagine. It's only because of my personal growth and being strong and pretending or cosplaying strong for so long to where I'm able to identify it as well too, and know when to check on somebody too,
Yeah,
because there's two different types of people. There are those who let it show and those who can one persevere and are very good at acting through it. But it's so yeah, it's so funny how that works though too. It's mad funny how both of those things can be true.
yeah.
So it's just I guess it's just prayer for the soldiers type time right now because all there is just giggles and he's been but literally the worst is going on through the world right now. And all we know how to do is meme through it all. But it's just that's yeah. Yeah. That's my feelings on that.
So, divine creation. Why do we assume someone is okay just because they look like they're okay?
Because I don't want to assume that they're not okay. I don't want to go around thinking that the whole world's screwed up. So if you don't show me that you're okay, I'm gonna automatically. I mean that you're not okay. I'm gonna automatically assume the positive. Or whatever
Mm,
That's
mhm,
that's the way that I move or whatever. I'm not gonna be your inhibitor. I'm not gonna give you the avenue to pour your sadness on me because really nobody's looking for a resolution. They just want to pour it. Whatever
mm.
like so. Well, once I see that a resolution is being looked for, then we can talk. But I'm no longer the emotional dump anymore. Um, but yeah, I just don't want to assume that they're not okay. I don't want
Mm.
people coming up to me like, "Are you not okay?" Like what?
Yeah.
No, like assume I'm okay. Like so.
Golden Eagle. Why do we assume someone's okay because they look like they're okay?
I mean, I try not to make assumptions too soon, but
Yeah.
and there's always something deeper than what we scratch at the surface. So I mean, I just try and keep that in mind too. We're all going through something, whether really everybody is.
Mhm.
Everybody's dealing with something, and so I don't know. I just try and keep that in mind. I guess, like you said, at least take the time to look a little deeper than just the surface. You know.
In my opinion, is that we live in a very transitional world that people look for something in return, like it's a give and take all the time. And I don't like that. I'm so
Mm.
intentional with what I do that I don't want stuff in return. And because I say I don't want something in return, that I'm looked at as if I don't care about
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. Because um, we're in such a everything leads to connections led. Everybody's so emotionally intelligent for their own good now. So where everything is like, okay, what will I get out of this? Or how will the universe
Yeah.
reward me after this encounter or whatever? This leads to the next person, next connection. Everybody is just connections now in the negative point to where it's easy to feel like everybody has an agenda now, right now.
Hmm.
It's and while while everything is an exchange, everything feels a little too much like what can I get out of this if I'm making any sense,
No, that's exactly how I feel sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because yes, honestly, that's what's needed unfortunately, that's what's needed to hit the next level in careers and everything like that. But it's just like everything just feels like a business exchange or whatever, just something to what can I get out of this, how this lead towards the future, and that's what life is in general. But I'm trying to find the balance in it now, and it's hard to so that's partially why everybody's putting a mask on right now to in such a wall up at the same time. So yeah.
Go ahead, divine creation.
I personally feel like life should only be that way. Everything isn't a business transaction. At the end of the day, I'm not listening to this because I'm bored. I'm listening to this because it benefits me. It's still free 99 for me.
Right.
but it still
Yeah.
benefits me or whatever. Somebody talking to me,
Mm-hmm.
or listening to me, giving me advice, I'm still using them.
Right.
And they're
Yeah.
using me or whatever. They're using me to sharpen their skills. I'm using them to get their advice, and vice versa or whatever. Now, yeah, people blow it up because everything becomes a financial business transaction,
Mm-hmm.
but everything is a transaction,
And that's true.
whatever.
That's
And
true.
if you got people around you that you can't get nothing from, or you can't give them, like there's no receiving going on. We just like case point. Um, Growing up, I made a lot of fake friends because weed was involved. But
Mm.
then I
Yeah.
noticed when we didn't have this in between us, we was ready to go different ways. We ain't had nothing at all to talk about or give each other or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, unless that was around. Or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like that's useless to me. Whatever. So I personally feel like that it should at least a spiritual transaction or a mental transaction or whatever. It don't have to be physical, but it
Yeah.
should be a
Yeah.
transaction going on.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's everything. Yeah, is give and take, but it's just like I think I was just more going in direction of just because like, I get it. Everything is give and take, but just to the point to where you're just always feeling just used and never valued, if I'm making any sense. So yeah, I get it. We all potentially like you use each other, but there's I feel like there's levels to it on why everybody has their guard up on not letting everybody in because I just feel
If
it's
you're
it's
truly the shepherd, if you're truly the shepherd, what is the sheep going to give you besides clothing and more sheep to deal with? See, if you really the top, the expectation of what you're going to get back has to be regulated to understand that they're not you. You're the gift.
mm-hmm,
I had to understand that it bothered me. I'm 44 years old. It bothered me until 42.
mm-hmm,
I couldn't stand it that people wasn't like me, giving like me,
right,
heartfelt like me and stuff. Then I had to understand I'm at the top. It's
yeah,
not gonna be like that. I'm helping them get here. And as I help them, I'm also moving up. And that's my transaction, what I get from the spirit or whatever. Yeah, it still bother me sometimes physically,
yeah,
whatever, with other human beings, it's not going like that. But I had to understand it's not going to be like that until I put myself around other shepherds.
oh
But it's
yeah,
always going to be
yeah,
more sheep than shepherd.
most definitely, and I agree with that 100%, most definitely. Yeah, there's always going to be more. Yeah, there's always going to be more sheep than shepherds, and um, I think people are dealing with how lonely it is being at that top. Honestly,
Sometimes.
um, what was that?
Sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. It can be, yeah, for a good portion of it. For a lot of us who are just figuring it out, it's hard to feel like they have genuine connections with people. I'd say. Um, but yeah, it's always going to be lonely at the top, more most definitely. For not all, I mean not always, but in a lot of cases, when you're the big dog or when you're at the top, yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of lonely nights where you're just figuring it out on your lonesome. So.
One thing I had to do that was the most helpful thing. I had to stop overextending. In other
Mm-hmm.
words, judgment is a real thing. The Bible does not say do not judge. It says do not judge unless you want to be judged. Well, so I
Um.
hate that people screw that up. Judge me. I don't care. Do what you do. Or whatever, like, so I make judgments or whatever. And I understand this person is not on this level for this type of information.
Mm-hmm.
This person is. I pay attention to every level. And when I stopped overextending and kept everything on, it was almost like all the war. Like I got many so I can stay on their level and I won't be upset or feel whatever about anything. or whatever, and
Mhm.
it sucks sometimes or whatever. But it's like I had to learn the game of mini mass because it's 8 billion people out here. Whatever,
Mhm.
if you want to operate, you got to keep like 3,000 different. You got to accept like 3,000 plus different possible personalities or something or whatever. So I wear the mini mask, and once I did that, I stopped being upset about what I wasn't receiving from others, and I understood their love language or their communication language or whatnot, and then things became okay.
So I have a question. Have we been too quick to judge people by what we see?
Always. It for
Divine
certain.
creation, have we?
For what we see, always. I love talking in front of people that don't know me because I know it's gonna be at least two people that's gonna say, "Hey, who are you?" or "How old are you?" or "Where you from?" or like they want to know about me, and I know it's because they judge me the whole time as something else,
Mhm.
whatever, and now they're intrigued, whatever. And I'm like, this
Mhm.
is so funny. I knew y'all was because I saw the way y'all was looking me up and down, or whatever. Then when I started talking, y'all started getting closer. Like, wow, okay, who is this? So yeah, the misjudgment is the easiest thing to do, or everybody that think that they picked the right girl or the right man, or whatever. Like misjudgment happens all the time off of first look.
Divine golden eagle, can we become too quick to judge people by what we see?
Uh, I mean, I imagine we can. Yeah, it's possible for all of us. I'm just laughing about it. Like, I'm definitely not quick at judging people. I mean, I'll stick around and spend years judging before I decide it ain't good for me, or so I'll
Dude,
take my time about it. I judge at my own pace.
me too. How about you, Jody? Have we ever been have we became too quick to judge people by what we see?
Most definitely. It's one of the forefront of our senses, unfortunately. That and smell too, and even that can be misleading sometimes. But either way, or yeah, all we know is what we see until you can learn to look deeper. But yeah, yeah, for the most part, yes. Unfortunately, yeah.
I'm right there with Golden Eagle though, honestly. Not to pick sides with no one, but at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I don't judge people off of what I see. And it takes me a
Yeah.
long time to really see somebody too, because I'm too, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to say naive to the fact of that who they truly are, but my heart is judging. My heart is looking before my eyes get to, before my soul gets to, before my inner and knowing gets to. I'm already like giving people way more chances than they probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, divine
It's
What was the
creation.
question again? What was the
Is that
question again?
have we became too quick to judge people by what we see?
Yeah, you and him made it a y'all thing. We was talking about people. I wasn't saying that I'm quick to judge or whatever. I'm out. So back to the question. Y'all answer, y'all don't judge too quick. I'm pretty sure none of us up here judge too quick. We talking about the people, the unit. The
yeah.
question
Well,
That's
was
what I'm.
everybody else.
no, it just says have we became too, and I'm just talking about me personally because I can't talk on
Oh,
behalf
me
of somebody
personally.
else.
But yeah, me
Oh, me.
personally is a different thing because you was like, yeah, not taking sides. I'm like, hold up, that question was not a me thing.
But I was
Yeah,
answering
me,
as a
I
me.
can't judge personally because yeah, I can't judge fast because I really wanna dissect this. I enjoy it or whatever. So I like to sit around and use hypnotic language, look it up to get them comfortable to not show me their mask. Well, I enjoy it. I really want to see the real you.
Okay, Jody,
Yeah.
you
So,
wanna change that too?
yeah, I'll edit this real quick. Yeah, so me personally, I've grown enough to where, yeah, that I there's always more to the story. And
Yeah.
if they seem to be down in their luck or anything of that matter, pray for them. Simple, or just about what. But this. Yeah, no, I'm not a. There's always more to the picture or to the story for me. So.
Facts. So, and when I ask the questions, it's usually only based on what you say. I can't, I don't know about you, but I can't think on behalf of a collective whole. I don't try to do that as a person because I can't. I don't know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak on behalf of women because I am one. That's not fair to the women that aren't like me. So how can someone's kindness become someone else's borrowed smile, Jody?
How can someone else's confidence be someone else's borrowed smile? You said.
No, kindness. Yes. How can someone's kindness be somebody else's borrowed smile?
Hmm. Someone's kindness be someone else's borrowed smile.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me on that.
Okay. Divine creation. How can someone's kindness become someone else's borrowed smile?
In that sense, a borrowed smile could be a good thing because to me, it would be like I'm in a bad mood and I get around somebody that's in an awesome mood. And for some reason, I just can't be in a bad mood around them, even though I'm still in a bad mood.
Okay. Golden ego. How can someone's kindness become someone else's borrowed smile?
Yeah, I just think of it as that small kind gesture. I mean, just holding the door for somebody, or just it's just little things like that that can you can lend that smile, and somebody else can pick up on that. They might not have, they like you said, they might not have it in them to be smiling, and so maybe offering them yours can at least brighten the day somewhere. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah. How about you, Jody? Now.
Yeah. I'd say as far as an act of kindness goes, it's service in general. So, and you just you honestly just can't go wrong with it, especially if you're not asking for anything back. I'd say, it's like you said. So more than anything, it's just being somebody's miracle, being somebody's break, being somebody's break within the day, strength. I know that's one of the things that I would like to if I needed something like that. So to where I couldn't smile, um, and that's where I've shifted. I feel like I've shifted my my gifts at this point to be somebody's strength and to be somebody's mirror at this for those who relate to what I'm going through right now. So hopefully that somewhat answers the question.
Yeah. And like randomly hitting you up out of the blue,
Yeah,
just to make you laugh, and
yeah,
making a comment about the animal crackers, in my soup and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I know that once we listen and we start seeing how the universe flows naturally, and
yeah.
how the circadian natural flow of the world is, we start feeling things differently. Instead of
Mm,
seeing it, we start feeling it.
yeah.
And with that, just I'll randomly tell somebody that they look really beautiful. I mean, even if they're across the street and I feel that energy, I'm going to say, "Hey, you look very beautiful today." And
Mm,
it put a smile on their face because I don't know what they're going through, but I felt the heaviness.
hmm Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's why I don't like going out to a lot of events and whatnot, because of everybody else's energy. When I leave, I'm kind of drained because I felt every single person. And then if somebody touches me, it's I can't. So I try
Yes,
to go ahead.
very sensitive to energy.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's only
And
like people I hug.
interesting. Wow, that's so funny. I've been if I were to like make a like slight comparison to that, it's kind of like when I recently started eating differently and don't crave the same things that I used to. It's just me being more valuable with my taste. So it's kind of like once you sometimes you don't know what like well really tastes like until you like really eat it for the
Yeah,
first time. So and I think it's the same thing with energy. You know, some of us are so comfortable in that funk or eating processed food to the point to where we weren't really exposed to it as much as we need to be, you know, and having been in a habitual point of like giving yourself affirmations or giving yourself speaking well over yourself, you know. Sometimes you have to eat the same thing over and over, you know, even if you're not used to having it, you know, to develop more of a healthy taste, if I'm making any sense.
no, you are for
So
sure.
so being more exposed to people, it's so funny. So it wasn't like, you know, after knowing how to treat myself better, I was able to feel out what that negative energy feels like. For a while that was home, but you have to alienate yourself from that energy to, you know, and just so the fact that you're self-conscious in that point inspires me to be more self-conscious with the energy that I entertain myself with as well too. So, you know, when you go
Facts.
so that you're not comfortable being in that place to the point to where
Facts.
you so when you go back to redeem somebody else from it, you know, you'll be able to differentiate it now. So that's pretty cool that you're able to that you're, you know, I think everybody else is um and I know a lot of people who are more sensitive with their energy now. I think everybody's catching up to it now. They just can't put their finger on it. They just
Yeah.
know that they've been living in this dysfunction and we've been exposed to it uh, for a good while. And I'm just now coming out of that matrix with certain things, you know. So that's so funny. But that's so funny you said that though.
Well, you're in your 30s now. That's why. So it takes a while before it hits you to realize that this is all bullshit and that you're creating the chaos within yourself.
Most definitely, yeah, and you can definitely help it, and there are others who, you
Yeah.
know, who feel the same, you know, and you know, we just need more safe havens like this to like really call it out consistently on a consistent point. So yeah, this is pretty cool, most
So,
definitely.
so do you think that simply listening can make a difference in someone's mental health?
Absolutely. Like actively listening, not waiting for your chance to respond, but actively listening and understanding. I've talked to so many people who've just called me just to talk about themselves. I'm like, can I get one? Okay, okay, all right, fine. I put the coin in. I gotta let the song play. It's on me.
I
I
feel that.
answered the phone.
I
It's on me.
feel that. Divine creation can just simply listening help somebody's mental health.
Uh, for me, yeah. Um, I don't figured out things without people saying a damn thing. They just sat there while I talk. And they'll laugh. They'll be like, "Yeah, you know, I didn't say nothing." I'll be like, "Yeah, I just needed somebody to listen real quick."
Mm.
Or like, so yeah, for me, yeah.
How about you, Golden Eagle? Can simply listening help somebody's mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes a person just needs to be heard, you know.
I only have a select few people that I really call up and ask questions to just because I want to hear them talk.
Mm,
There's
mm-hmm,
not a lot of people I do that to. I'm a good listener, but there's only
mm-hmm,
because, like you said, a lot of people wait for their turn to speak, and I surround myself around that quite often. That I want to make sure that I really hit those people that just want to vent.
mm, mm-hmm,
Yeah, I'll call
mm-hmm,
them up and ask them random questions just because I want to hear them talk.
mm, mm-hmm,
And it's usually the really strong people that I do that to because they've been so strong for so long that they really just need that moment where they're able to say some things.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So our last question, what what if the smallest thing you do for someone is the biggest thing they ever received today?
You said what if?
What if?
Mm. Well, that simplifies things
Mm.
on a contribution on us questioning our the weight of our contributions. Um, and it changes the form of how we do things a little bit. It's much less ego driven. Um, it's much less. It'll be much less opportunist driven. I'd say. Um, we truly just would just be, I don't know, feeding our sheep. But if, on a what if point, yeah, it means everything. Just to make anybody smile, make anybody's day better. Just on the simplistic point, just treating others how you want to be treated at this point.
Mm.
So if there's been plenty of times where I'll be calling for help out loud, um, and was glad that somebody was able to pick me up and hear me out. Um, but yeah, on a what if point, yeah, that means, that's just another brighter corner of the world at this point. Means everything to me at this point. I just want to
Divine
reach people.
divine creation. What if the smallest thing you do for someone is the biggest thing they received today?
Mm. I thank God within for giving that God within an experience. That'll probably be my only thought.
Okay. Golden ego. What if the smallest thing you do for someone and is the biggest thing they've received that day?
I mean, and thinking about it, it's kind of I mean, that's cool, good, but it's almost saddening too if you just do a little thing for somebody and that's the biggest thing in their day. Kind of makes me sympathize too. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't, I don't know. I guess that's all I got for that one. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, I'm happy to put a smile on somebody's face. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So if that's what it takes, then cool, But like I said, there's always two sides of that sword.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It definitely simplifies what all is needed just to be kind. Instead of trying to juggle form or anything like that. If it takes something simple, then shoot, it really does simplify. Like it would simplify our goals in being nice to our neighbor. Not it wouldn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be Christmas or nothing. Just yeah, if it's the simple things, then yeah, and it would
Someone
be a lot
told
simpler.
me one time that I mattered and it made me cry.
Mm,
No one, I know I matter, but I mean, just somebody randomly told me I mattered, and that made me cry because
mm,
it was just that little thing that they did to me that made something so huge in my life.
wow,
You know,
wow.
even though, I'm all about, go ahead, divine creation. You forget. That's the reason why I'm letting you do it.
I was about to say, to what he said about the being simple, it's kind of sad, but it also, it's always that first small step that starts manifestation. So you could have been the beginning of what started the greatest manifestation for him, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
I love reciprocity,
Mm, mm-hmm.
and it's a different kind of transaction. It's a different kind of frequency and currency. It's the simple things of treating people the way you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people are just now learning that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like I feel like life in general should be simple. And not to say it's always easy. Not a lot of the simple things in life are easy, but life, I feel like I'm learning that a lot of things are very, very simple. Like to on the most general example that I've heard, if you want to get in shape, all you got to do is just get up, move, do a few exercises every day. It's simple on paper, but it's not easy. So, but yeah, but when it comes to making somebody's day, yeah, there's some, honestly, there are days I made much more of a difference, hear somebody out than just doing my James Brown on the stage in front of 200 people. So it's just like it's different. It's different every time, and I think it takes quite a bit of living emotional intelligence and being in tune with the spirit to help you guide you on on all those things, on when to move, where to move, when to listen, when to actually put that smile on, and when to retract it. But it's all about balance for me. That's what it's always been.
Is that the song? My favorite song that you do is it with Simple? Is that his
It's,
name? Who do you do that song with? Man, I don't.
there's
You do it at
there's
every
a
event.
pull up. Yeah.
Is that with Simple?
No, that one's with Kid Culture actually.
Kid Culture. I don't know his name. He
Yeah.
reminds me of Simple for some reason. I don't. Those that
Yeah.
know, I apologize if that offended anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Culture. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I only see him with you to do that song.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. His goal is to get back out in the streets and actually do the cipher. He just needs to. He's been work like me. He's been working on his album. He believes in quality, and he's been working on finishing the album for the longest. So he plans on reaching out to the whole community and getting more involved in the scene. But yeah, y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna know most definitely. It's all
Okay.
right. Mhm.
But yeah, Pull Up is one of my favorite songs, and it gets you to really just listen and pull up.
Very simple. But thank you. Yeah, yeah.
It really honestly does. It makes somebody just stop there and listen, and I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
Rico Rails, one of my favorite. He said you're one of his favorite artists today.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That song go crazy. He's it's his song, his new song that he just pulled up. I mean, yeah, his. Thank you, Terrell. Thank you, dog.
And she told one lie.
She ain't
Oh,
told me.
she ain't told one lie. I can't see well.
Yup, I need that
Oh,
crazy
Divine
love.
Creation, his battery had died. I think.
Oh man.
He, I was waiting for him to come back so we could do the wrapping up. Literally one
My,
of my favorite
my
artists this
battery
year.
ain't died.
Not you. I'm talking about Golden Eagle. I apologize. You can't read my stuff. You can't read my stuff on my end. Um. So I'm gonna read this. I don't know. Uh, Mental health matters, and we never truly know what someone may be carrying behind the smile. Sometimes a person doesn't need advice or someone to fix everything. They may simply need an ear that will listen and a little kindness or a reminder that somebody sees them and they say laughter is truly the best medicine. And then here's a little joke. Why did the skeleton Why do the skeletons fight each other? Why didn't the skeletons fight each other?
Wow.
Why didn't they? Because they didn't have no guts.
Ah, T freaking U. Thank you for that. Thank you for
So when you have the opportunity, give somebody a borrowed smile, share your share yours, make them laugh, give them a reason to smile, even if it's only for a moment, because you never know that borrowed smile may be exactly what they need that day.
Mm,
And
mm-hmm.
here's a reminder: you don't know what somebody's walked through before you cross their path. And a smile, a laugh, a kind word, or simply being an ear that listens could change the rest of their day. So when you have the opportunity, give somebody a borrowed smile. And let's do our positive our positive quotes or we leave on a positive note. So
Mm-hmm.
what would be your positive message to somebody, Jody?
Positive message. You were given a unique fingerprint for one reason, so wear yours well.
What's your positive message, Divine Creation?
Things are gonna happen, but you gotta happen as well. You can't focus on all that. You got two different things going on. You are not of the world. And remember that as you deal with the world.
My positive message is be more. Be more everything. Be more caring. Be more compassionate. Be more listening. Be more. Because you never know who might need that little bit more. So I'm going to do the bridge to the next show. Join us Monday at on the 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a special session of Let the Children Speak. When we're creating space for young voices to be heard, then on Tuesday, August 17th at 8 p.m. on the People's Podcast, sit down with Keith McHenry, co-founder of Food Not Bombs, for a conversation about this journey, activism, community, and decades of feeding people while challenging the systems around hunger, poverty. Two very different conversations, one purpose, and is giving people a space to be heard. So may everyone's night be full of positive energy and filled with high vibrations and peace and love. And thank you, Jody, for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Seriously, you're such a gem in this corner of life, and thank you so much for giving a safe space to just talk it out, whether it's hearing or sharing our art. You truly understand that it's just not cool to keep things locked in at all. So whatever needs to be heard or whatever needs to get out, let it out, whether it's the art, and you give us the platform to do that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Remember, we're the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters, and so does your story. So join us next time, everyone. Ashe.
Peace, peace. And make sure you send her your links so I can check you out.
Oh, I have him. He's part of my team.
Oh, he's part of the team?
Yeah.
Okay,
Word.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll send you his information.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm up as SGF Graham, not Divine Creation. Just to let you know, on the team.
SGF Graham. Okay.
Word.
All right. Peace and love, everyone.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recovered. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to.